Welcome back. In this video we will fetch the post from the database. So in the last video, as you may remember, that we created the post table. So let's open index.php, and in order to get the post from the database we have to execute a query on the database. So let's create a query variable, and it will hold the query. The query will be like select static from posts, and now we will execute this query on the database object, and the database object name was db, and we use the query function to execute the query. So this method will take query as the input. So this function will actually return a result set, and that result set will contain all the rows returned by this query. So let's save all of those rows inside a variable called posts. So now we have posts inside this posts variable. So now let's get rid of all of the posts. We will just leave one post and remove the rest of them. So let's remove. So now let's start a PHP code block here, and here we will check. Now we will check if there are any rows inside this posts variable. Posts, and there is a property called num underscore rows, and this is the property of MySQL result object. Now I am simply saying if the number of rows inside this result set is greater than 0, then what we want to do, we want to execute something. So I have started the curly bracket of the if, and let's end this curly bracket here. We will have to start another PHP code block, and now let's loop through all of the rows in the database. So we will use a while loop for that. While row equals to posts fetch assoc. Now let me tell you what I'm doing here. So I'm simply calling the fetch assoc method of the MySQL result set object. So this method will actually return the next row of the result set in the form of a associated array. As you can see, the name of the method is saying it itself. So and that row will be stored inside this row variable. So now we have the row. So now let's end this while loop here before if. Now if we go to the browser and refresh the page again, we should only see 2 posts. Oops, what's wrong? Okay, my server is actually not started, so let's start Apache. Okay, I will have to log out of Skype. Okay, now if I start it again, it should start now. Oops, start it. Now you can see Apache has started. Now if I refresh, now you can see 1 times and 2 times. The same text has been outputted 2 times. So as you can see, this post has been outputted 2 times. So now let's output the original data. So we will actually wrap this title inside a link hash and let's end this link. And inside this link we will start a new PHP code block and echo and as I already told you that this row will be the associated array, so we can directly use the column name title. So this should give us the title of the posts. So now if I refresh this, now you can see first one is sample PHP post, the second one is sample Java post. So it is simple enough. Now let's go back and do the same for date. Copy this code block and we will paste it in place of date, and let's change this title to date, and same for this author, paste and change title to author. And now we will also have to get the body of the post. So paste it once more, and now this time we will change it to body, save it. Now if I refresh, now you can see it is displaying the whole body. This sample PHP post is written by Daniel, and you can see sample Java post is written by Basit, and now all of the posts are coming from the database dynamically. So right now you can see that we are able to see all the post. We don't want to be able to see the whole post. So let's go back to index.php and fix this. So instead of doing that, let's save this inside a variable. Now we want to just output first 400 characters of the post. So echo, we will use a function of PHP called substring, substr, and this takes 3 parameters. The first one is the string, so the string is this body, and we will use this. The second one it takes is the starting point. We want to start from 0 and go until 400 characters. So now if I save it, I should see just 400 characters of the post. So now you can see, now we are not able to see the whole post. So simple enough. Okay, now let's do one more thing. Let's concatenate this so that it looks a bit more nicer. So if I save it, now if I go back to the browser and refresh, now you can see it is looking much more nice. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.